Hello and welcome back to Gapey's greenhouse. Today we are just going to look at the peppers that are in the greenhouse because I've just got so many. I decided to do separate videos for all my peppers. And we've got bush beans in the greenhouse this year, and they were pretty much taking over the greenhouse. So it looked a lot worse yesterday, trust me. I couldn't even walk through here actually, and a lot of the peppers I couldn't even see. So I trimmed back the beans quite a lot yesterday just so we could get a good video and see the peppers. So I'm sure the peppers appreciate that as well. So here on the left side we have all of our Capsicum chinense varieties. And the one that's doing the best is this one here. It's the tallest, it has the most flowers, it has the most pods. And this is actually the cross between the Tabasco and the bubblegum. And it is the contest pepper for the Google Plus community. And you can see all those pods coming out there. They don't look anything like a Tabasco pepper, so it looks like they're taking on the trait of the bubblegum. But we actually have one that looks like it's trying to ripen up back there. It's got a little bit of color on it right there. And then behind that we have our Kang Star crosses. This one here this one is probably doing the worst out of all of them, but it's not doing too bad. It's got a little bit of wrinkly leaves still, and I don't think it's set any pods yet that I could tell. A lot of the flowers are just dropping off on this one, so hopefully it'll set some pods here pretty soon. But it still has some more flowers, so we'll see how that does over the coming weeks. And then the other Kang Star cross is the Peach Star-Kissed, which is looking much better. These are both basically cousins of the Lemon Starburst. So this one is the peach colored one, and we do have pods set back in here. We've got one here and another one right behind it. So that one is actually doing really good. It's got a lot of flowers and a few more pods setting on that one. And then we've got over here the giant red habanero, and let's see, I don't think we've got any pods set on that one, and the flowers have been dropping off on that one as well. The leaves are looking a lot better. They were pretty wrinkly when I first transplanted it, but they're looking much better, so hopefully we'll get some pods set on that one soon. And then I've got two purple varieties. This one here is the Tennessee Blackout, and we don't have any pods set on this one either. The Capsicum chinense varieties seem to be taking their time this year, but we've had some pretty cool weather, so that might be part of it. And then the other one that I have that's got purple leaves is the Pink Tiger crossed with the Peach Boot, and the leaves are looking really good. It's actually getting pretty tall compared to the other Capsicum chinense varieties, but I'm not seeing any pods set on this one either, so hopefully we'll get some soon. And then I think this one over here is the smallest of the Capsicum chinense varieties, and this one here is the White Ghost. So this was actually started quite a few, about 5 seeds of those, and that was the only one that made it. So it seems to be a little bit more difficult to grow, and it seems to be growing a lot more slowly as well. Definitely no pods set on that one. And then next to that we've got the Datil, and it's a little bit small too, but we do have a couple of pods that are just starting to set. Got a little tiny one there. Might be a few more. Here's another one. So that one isn't doing too bad. But the peppers on the other side of the greenhouse are the Annuums and the baccatums. So let's take a look at those. They're doing a lot better. So this one here in the back, I've got a cage around because it was getting pretty tall. I think I had it in the last video. That one is the Aleppo. So I haven't harvested any of those peppers yet, but this thing is loaded with pods. And I don't think they get too much bigger than that, so they should be ripening up any time now. But there are tons of pods in there, and we've got tons of green beans there next to it. And we also have a volunteer tomato that's growing in this corner that I've been debating whether to pull out or not. I did trim it back because it was getting a little too big, so we'll just see how it goes, and if it gets in the way, then I'll just take it out. And then we have this is the Peppa Peach, which is also known by, I believe, Peppadew peach. And this is a Chris Fowler cross, and it's actually a cousin of the Sugar Rush peach. So this is just a round version. So we've got a couple of pods that I think are actually ready to pick here. We've got a little cluster that are turning peach here. They don't seem to take as long to ripen up as the Sugar Rush peach, which is a good thing because that one takes forever. So I look forward to giving that a try and seeing if it tastes similar to the Sugar Rush, which I'm sure it does. And then this one here is the tallest pepper in the greenhouse. That's probably over 4 feet tall. That one is the Apple Crisp, which I believe I also got from Chris Fowler, but I don't think that's one of his crosses. But this is I think it's a sweet pepper, but it's got some pretty decent sized pods on it. So that, I can't remember what color they'll turn, but they do turn, I think actually they probably turn red since it's called Apple Crisp. But it's got lots and lots of pods all over and lots of flowers forming on the top. So that's going to be maybe my most productive pepper in the greenhouse this year. And then we've got our shishito, which has set out a lot of pods. I've harvested the most so far off of this plant, and we've got quite a few more that are ready to pick. Usually you'll harvest them when they're green, but I've got a few red ones back there that I need to harvest. Let's see if I can get a shot of those. There they are. But I'm going to be saving seeds from these, so I wanted to let at least a few of those turn red so I could save seeds from them. And then we've got the banana pepper back here, and I don't think any of those are ripe yet, but they're getting pretty huge. I think they turn more of a yellow color, but they're still kind of a light green right now. So I'm just waiting for those to get ripe to pick some. And then here's some more beans. Beans everywhere. And these are dry beans, which is why I'm not harvesting too many of those. So I'm letting them dry out so that I could save the dry beans. And then here we've got our Thai pepper. That's the Black Orchid Cafe Thai pepper. And we've got lots of purple pods on there, and we've got a few that are just starting to turn red. So I haven't harvested any of these yet, so I'm not sure how hot they're going to be. So I'll be finding out soon. And then the one in front of it is the Violet Sparkle. So I don't think there's any good sized pods on there right now, but I did harvest 2 of these already. One I harvested before it turned red, and the other one I harvested when it was red. And it's definitely better tasting when it's red, and also better to save seeds from. So I hope to get a few more pods out of this one, but I don't see any on there right now. And you could see my video from last month update, and you can see what those pods look like. And then over here we have the Orange Ripple, and we actually do, and I think this is actually a chinense variety or maybe a chinense cross, and we do have a couple of pods that are ripe, but these are really tiny. I don't think they're supposed to be that small. So hopefully we'll be getting some bigger ones than that on this plant. But those are the only 2. There's a few more that are set that aren't turned ripe yet, so we'll see if those get any bigger. And let's get through these beans and see these other guys over here. So this one here is the Bulldog Paprika, and I haven't harvested any of those yet, but we've got some really good size pods in there. A few back there. There's 2 more good size pods, so those should be turning red here anytime now. And I think this variety isn't as hot as some of the other paprika varieties that I've grown before, so I was looking for a less hot one. So we'll see how that one is. And in this one here is the Monkey Face Red, and we actually do have a couple of good size pods on there. I haven't harvested any off of this one. Oh, here's another one. But they do seem to be growing pretty fast. Another one. So that's supposed to be a really good pepper, so we'll see once those ripen up and see how hot and good those guys are. And then Gochu pepper, I've said many times this is my favorite pepper to grow, and I've been growing it every year for the last probably 4 years now. But this year I thought I would try some different varieties of it. So this one here is the Yang, and it's supposed to be the hottest of all of the Gochu peppers, and it's also it might also be the skinniest, but these are a lot thinner, and they also have thinner walls, so it will dry much faster. So it probably won't make as much powder since it's got thinner walls. So we'll see how that one does. And then I've also got another one called Lady Choi. This one looks a little bit more like the one that I normally grow. Actually, it might be bigger. This is a really big pod. But yeah, I think that's a little bit bigger. It's got a little bit more pointy shape, but it feels like it has some pretty thick walls on it. But we've got several peppers back there. This is a teeny tiny plant. So I'm looking forward to harvesting those so it could get a little bit bigger, hopefully, once I get the peppers removed. So I'm surprised how big those peppers are getting on such a tiny little plant. And then we've got the last one here is the Mira Polish White, and we've got, I think this has got a huge, it's kind of almost a bell pepper shape, but that I think is the only pod that I've seen on this particular pepper. But we have a lot more flowers, so hopefully more will, oh yeah, that's the only one. Oh no, here's one. So here's a little one that's coming out, and another little guy here. So hopefully once I harvest this big guy, the other ones will be able to grow better. And then I also have a couple of tomatoes back here. One is the Fortunia, which is a paste tomato. And then I've got this, actually I think this is a paste tomato too. It's called Frankenstein Black, I believe. But I don't remember, I thought it was more of a plum shape, so I'm not sure. Maybe there was a mix up there. But we'll have to see how that one comes out. And then I forgot another pepper that I have here. So this is the only, actually this is the banana pepper I didn't start from seed, I got as a start from a friend. And then this one here is also one that I got from a friend. And this one is called Pepper Time Bomb. So it was a late addition to the greenhouse. I don't see any pods set on it, but again, it was really late getting in here. It is reaching the top of bottom of the shelving unit here, so I'm not sure. I wasn't sure how big this was going to get, but apparently it's going to get pretty tall. So I might just kind of move it forward a little bit so that it can get above the shelf there. And then I've also got some herbs back here, some onions, and a couple of eggplants which don't have any fruit formed on them yet. And I think that is all. Oh, there's one more pepper that I wanted to show you. If you remember my transplanting video, I took a cutting off of the bottom of one of the peppers and I rooted it in water, and here it is. The roots formed and I was able to get it potted up into a container. I'm not sure if I'll leave it in the container or not. And it actually, I think I saw a pod on here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's got a little teeny tiny pod on it. So I might actually transplant that outside in the garden somewhere, just so it has a little bit more room to grow. I think that was the Española pepper, if I remember right. But that is it for the peppers in the greenhouse. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys again soon. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.